I'm Gary Bracey, CEO of Terra Virtua. I've been in the video games business for around about 35 years now, since the very beginning, Spectrum Commodore 64 days, and seen the whole transition of games from little computers to big computers to consoles, mobile, and now VR. And so very, very excited to be involved in Terra Virtua. Terra Virtua is quite revolutionary in its concept. It's a subscription-only platform for games. So initially, games will be the main content for when we launch at the end of the year, and people will be able to pay a monthly subscription and have access to all of the content, all of the games, with unlimited access to them, which hasn't been done before. Obviously, traditionally, games are pay-per-play or pay to download. And then as the platform evolves, we'll be offering other events, more premium events, such as sports, all in 3D, all in VR, and concerts. And there are companies at the moment filming concerts in VR for 3D. So we'll be providing a platform and access for the users to consume that sort of content. One of the big exciting things, of course, is something we're calling Terraformer, which is a suite of simple but sophisticated tools for all users to create their own VR content. And that content can then be hosted on the Terra Virtua platform, and those creators can actually monetize and make money from their content if people play and enjoy those experiences. So that hasn't been done before, and that is being built on the Unreal Engine, which is a very, very sophisticated 3D engine, and we're working with Epic, the creators of Unreal, to achieve that. Well, no one is doing exactly what we're doing. People are doing components. So some people are making 3D worlds, some people are making VR environments for various things. We're focused on entertainment. The subscription model is very unique. No one else is doing that. We have the tool creator, the Terraformer, which, as far as we're aware, no one else is doing. So we're trying to provide a single platform for VR entertainment to give everyone access very, very simply, hopefully very inexpensively, to consume that content. Yeah, well, the TVT won't actually be used for the subscription. That will be fiat-based, because obviously we have to set a set price for the subscriptions. But the TVT will be the backbone of the internal economy. So in-app purchases, customizations, anything within the games that you purchase, because obviously some of the games have their own internal economy as well. We'll be creating zones and portals within the Terra Virtua platform that brand owners can purchase to demonstrate their own VR experiences. So for instance, if someone wants to build a virtual theme park, they'll have to buy, if you like, virtual real estate within Terra Virtua to host it. And that will be based on TVT. As I said before, what we're trying to do is create an entertainment experience totally. Certainly initially, the content will be primarily games, but once virtual reality will become, as we believe, more mainstream, or immersive reality generally, augmented and mixed reality, then we believe that will be attractive to the mass market more, because there'll be other experiences, maybe more passive experiences, like watching movies, sports events, concerts, that will appeal to non-gamers as well. The platform's very, very simple. You put on your VR headset and you enter a virtual world, which is comprised of zones. You can explore around, wander around, see what content there is available, look at trailers. You're represented by an avatar, a little droid, which you can customize, and you will meet friends there. Real friends and virtual friends who you can interact with. There'll be voice over IP, and you can arrange with your friends to go to a multiplayer game, for instance, either cooperatively or competitively, and play together. This is all supplemented by an augmented reality app So when you're out of your virtual reality space, you can still have access to Terra Virtua, and you can have a look at trailers, look at what new games are launched, plan your next visit, arrange dates with friends to say, let's go and play this game at 5 o'clock tonight. So it will be a very, very essential companion app, which again creates a much better whole platform. So I've been in the business for a long, long time. I've known Peter for a long, long time, and Peter's background, although he's a blockchain expert now, his background is in video games, and that's when I got to know him. And the same with the rest of the team. They all have a great pedigree in games, and we needed people who understood the business and who understood virtual reality, of course, as well. So it was identifying the best, and I do believe we've got the top people. The likes of Kish, who is our CTO, who was driving development at Sony PlayStation and obviously got involved with Sony VR before he left. We've got Doug Dyer, who's been involved with Warner Brothers, Microsoft. Peter, of course, who before focusing on blockchain was involved with Microsoft and Activision. Keith Ramsdale, who was VP in Europe of business. We've got a very, very impressive team, and of course it's backed by Jawad, who is our founder, and he has a great passion for the business, both VR and apps. So we've got a team who aren't just, unlike a lot of these companies that have come together to exploit the blockchain side and the ICO side, we've actually got a credible team who are full-time invested in this business as a business. And from my own perspective, I put away the blockchain side initially and evaluated the business as a going concern in itself, and realized that this was a huge, huge opportunity. And once you do add in the blockchain and crypto element, which become essential to this platform, then it becomes a completely compelling proposition. The next milestone, we have the prototype already developed. We are going to be converting the whole thing over to the Unreal Engine to give a more richer experience, and we're looking to launch the beta of the platform in Q4. So it's going to be at the end of the year, and that's when we'll open the beta for people to come and try. In the meantime, we're developing some very, very serious partnerships, which we hope to announce over the coming weeks and months, with some very big brands and very big names, as well as seeking more games partners, obviously, to increase our portfolio for launch, because obviously we need a significant portfolio of games, more from a quality side than quantity side, in order to launch and justify a subscription. So the subscription itself will probably rise as the portfolio grows, but when we first launch, the subscription will be pretty low.
Yeah, I started in the games business about 25 years ago. Nintendo 8-bit. Have worked for various larger companies like Microsoft, Sony. Also started my own companies in Europe and the States within the space. And then in 2011, I started toying around with Bitcoin. I just thought, this is really cool. Not much happened, invested a little bit, played around with it, read a lot. I had this moment, I have to learn about this, this is going to be big. So in 2014, I joined the Bitcoin Foundation and became an evangelist and a fundraiser, but mostly an evangelist, going around preaching the word of blockchain, of the future, how we cut out the middlemen, how we make it fair for people without having to pay fees to those that are controlling the banking system. So having done that, I thought there is a commercial opportunity here. So I started the BitBlock Ventures in Singapore. Actually didn't move from LA to Singapore until the following year, but started within blockchain architecture and tokenomics. And that was good, but not really paying the bills yet. And then last year, everything went crazy. Because at the bottom of my webpage, I said fundraising. I hadn't really focused on ICOs, but someone saw on the bottom, oh, he's doing fundraising. And so I started my first ICO at the beginning of last year, and I've been through, this is my sixth one, though I have my involvement here is much bigger. I'm a co-designer, co-creator. I'm using my blockchain architecture learnings as well as my tokenomics. The others were just pure running the ICOs, creating and executing the ICOs. But it's been a fun ride, and the great thing about this space is that you have to read every day. It's changing, it's evolving, it's becoming something new, something bigger, something better every day. The TVT itself and blockchain in general, but the TVT will allow for a flexible, much more flexible economy than you see in any of the gaming systems now. Because a token, a cryptocurrency token, is basically exchangeable. You can take it outside. You can deal with fiat monies. You can exchange it into fiat monies. We can build it into the platform. So that means, let's say you play one VR game, you earn some tokens, you win a prize. Then you want to order a pizza. You can buy a pizza from the outside. It's not a feature we have implemented yet, but potentially this is possible, and that's the beauty of cryptocurrencies. In the past, for the last 40 years, we've seen World of Warcraft, we've seen Candy Crush, even Mario Brothers having coins and digital currencies within, but it's all locked in within the game. The revolutionary part about tokens is that you can take it out. You can, and we're going to build a social infrastructure where if you make certain comments, if you participate, you can receive tokens, several different incentives to earn tokens, and then you can spend it internally or you can take it on the outside. I'm a blockchain crypto believer. It's like I believe in the future, but I do see right now there's a lot of regulatory pressure. I think some governments feel that there is too much, they need more regulation to protect end users. And I agree with that. I hope the governments that do regulate will take a slower approach, that they will also have a sandbox style legal environment, that they deal with the developers as they legislate. They don't come and make rules without really knowing what's happening. But the future, I think, is bright. In the whole business of distributed trust, of having thousands of computers validating truth. You don't need a centralized governance anymore. I mean, it could be selling real estate, it can be financial transactions, and in our case, with cryptocurrencies, we don't need a bank, we don't need Visa, we don't need MasterCard, we don't need to pay their fees, we don't need to follow their rules. We make the rules that basically appeal to our customer base.